Having an emergency fund is essential for financial security and stability. It serves as a safety net to cover unforeseen expenses and unexpected loss of income, preventing the need to accrue consumer debt. Additionally, an emergency fund provides more flexibility in career choices, living arrangements, and lifestyle as it reduces the dependency on your income for immediate financial needs. An emergency fund is just as important for retirees as it is accumulators. For retirees and those nearing retirement, an emergency fund can safeguard your retirement savings, preventing the need to take unplanned ad hoc withdrawals from your portfolio, which in turn reduces sequencing risk. The amount of emergency fund you need depends on your individual circumstances. Typically, it is suggested that you hold 3 to 6 months of living expenses, but your financial advisor will be able to help you tailor this to your specific needs. It is typically not recommended you invest your emergency fund, as this can delay access to the funds and may expose you to market risk. Instead, emergency funds should be held in cash. If you are debt-free, then a high-interest savings account should be considered. If you have a mortgage, you could consider an offset account or redraw facility to house your emergency fund, as interest saved against the mortgage will likely be higher than interest generated on a savings account. When selecting an account to house your emergency fund, you should consider if the deposit is protected under the Financial Claims Scheme. The Financial Claims Scheme is a government-backed safety net for deposits of up to $250,000 per account holder per authorised deposit-taking institution. This protects your deposit in the unlikely event of the failure of the deposit taker. The benefits of an emergency fund include the following: financial security and peace of mind. An emergency fund provides financial security and peace of mind by offering readily available funds to address unexpected expenses or loss of income. This buffer empowers you to handle urgent needs without compromising long-term financial goals or facing difficult trade-offs, reducing worry and stress. Lifestyle flexibility. Having cash readily available means you can make better lifestyle decisions without worrying about funding living expenses in the short term. An accessible emergency fund allows you to take career risks like starting a business or quitting an unsatisfying job to find greener pastures. Earning interest. Housing your emergency fund in a high-interest savings account allows your money to grow through compounding interest while remaining easily accessible when needed. Saving interest. An emergency account or redraw facility for your emergency fund can result in less interest paid on your mortgage. This can help reduce the time taken to pay out the loan, as more of the repayment will go towards capital rather than interest. The potential risks of an emergency fund include the following: limited return on investment. Cash investments may not earn enough to keep pace with inflation, potentially eroding their value over time. Even accounts offering the highest annual percentage yields often provide minimal returns when compared with other asset classes. Impact on government entitlements. Bank accounts are factored into Centrelink means testing, potentially reducing entitlements. Balancing needs and wants. Allocating surplus funds to build an emergency fund may require temporary sacrifices to non-essential expenses, such as leisure activities, luxury purchases, or premium memberships. While redirecting surpluses away from indulgences may be challenging initially, the focus should remain on building financial resilience and reducing vulnerability in the face of unpredictable circumstances. Managing temptation. As the money is readily accessible, there is always a temptation to dip into your emergency fund for discretionary purposes. It's important to exercise discipline and refrain from using emergency savings for non-essential spending, ensuring the funds remain intact for the intended purpose. Building an emergency fund doesn't have to be complicated. With some simple planning, you can start saving for the unexpected by choosing an appropriate account to house your savings and setting yourself a regular savings target. If you think establishing or maintaining an emergency fund is an appropriate strategy for you, we strongly recommend you speak with your financial advisor. They can help assess the appropriateness for your particular situation. Please note, the information contained in this video is general in nature only and does not take into consideration your objectives, financial situation, or needs. As legislation is constantly changing, the accuracy of this information is only current as at the time of recording. Before relying on the information, you should check to see if there have been any changes.